¿Qué pasó, mi gente? I'm back. Long overdue. I know I haven't been as consistent as I should be, but this video is gonna explain everything. It's gonna explain my absence to YouTube, where I'm at right now. I'm doing a new segment called RedGyal Diaries. So every time I upload a video that says RedGyal Diaries, it'll be a video that's very personal to me. So just stay tuned. So the last video I posted was my DC vlog back in January, and I uploaded that January 3rd. So at that time, it was cool. It was the holidays. I was with my family. It was nice. I was expressing, not even expressing, I was just showing everybody how it is when I'm in DC, because I just love it out there, and when I'm in Maryland. But now I had to come back to reality, back to New York, back to work, and to go to school. So during that time, I was juggling school and work and a social and a personal life. I could basically say, or honestly say, this semester that just passed, spring 2019, was like, I thought fall 2018 was horrible, but 2019 like caught me with the left right. But let's backtrack. So, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, I can say in 2016. First stage, I think. I'm not even sure, but my mom definitely had the conversation with me because me and my dad had like a horrible relationship. Like, not even horrible, but it was just so like different. Like, me and my dad was like, one minute we lit, that's my BFF, and next minute we're just beefing like cat and dogs. So my mom was like the glue that kept us together. So basically, my mother came up to me and she told me, your dad has cancer, and you need to get your life because you don't know when God is gonna call him home. In my head, that registered like, all right, like, I was just so like over it. I was so ignorant at that time, but God really moves in mysterious ways. So, I could say in 2017, me and my dad got like close. 2016, I could say the ending of 2016, because that's when my niece Tori turned 1. So before then, me and my dad just started going everywhere. Literally every minute we're going somewhere. We was always like that, but it was just consistent. Just us always together, and it wasn't forced. We low-key just like started like grooving together. Perfect. Me and my dad running up and down. But I didn't notice how serious his cancer was getting. But I started noticing him and my mom would go to the VA all the time for doctor's appointments, and my dad was in the army during the Vietnam War, so he's a vet. And literally, I just be like, yo, why this nigga always going to the doctor? Like, is it that bad? Like, I wasn't really on it, like, because I was going to school, I was working. It was just too much. So then literally, I noticed my dad just kind of like being more tired. Very tired. I just started noticing he just was really calm, not as lively as he was. That's when I noticed the change. Then one day he fell and he broke his pelvis, like his side, and after that's when everything went all downhill from there. And I'm just not gonna like go really into detail, but he just started going to the hospital and he would get sick. Every 5 minutes he's getting sick, and literally, I noticed during that time, I see my dad start to change because I was so close to him now. Now we were on each other. So I seen a lot of the changes with my mom. My mother was there from day one. She never left his side. Me, I was the one that was like tipping and tapping because we was always fighting. But my mother, even when they were fighting, they were still on it. So from 2017 to 2018, I started noticing the change. My dad was in and out the hospital. He was just like, ugh. At the ending of 2017, that's when I started noticing, like, all right, he's not getting better, like, at all. But my dad's an apostle, so I'm thinking, God, this is you. Whatever's in your will, so be it. Like, I know he's gonna heal my dad. And it's this song that we always sing is he's a miracle working God. And literally that's all I believed in. From, I could say, January 2018 to July, that's when everything changed. The beginning of 2018, he started getting a lot of fevers. He'll get like bed sores. He'll get like some like cuts. It would just be weird stuff that's pulling up on him. And the first time I noticed my dad was like kind of like, I'm like, all right, this is... It was one day he had a fever of like 109, 108. And when he told my mom, Marcia, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to go. My mom was like, no, we going to the hospital, don't worry. That's when I was like, what you talking about? What you talking about? You ready to go? Like, we ain't done, Bobby. Like, the fight ain't over. But from that day, I came in, like, I didn't even like write everything down, but he was just in and out the hospital every day now. Like, every minute his fever will go up. He started doing radiation. He just thought it was just too much going on. From January to my birthday in April, that's when my dad lost weight, like 30 pounds, 40 pounds. My dad was a little solid pops. Like, he was solid, little foxy, little silver fox. Then he started getting real skinny, he started getting real gray. Like, I noticed cancer ages you very quickly. So I'm like lost the whole time. And I noticed my dad was kind of like getting to that point when it was my birthday and he was just so tired, like on the bed, medication. And I'm like, like what? I can't even really enjoy my birthday because like my dad is not even like alert. And my mom couldn't even go out with us because my dad was sick. And I was just like, all right. Like, I had to like mentally prepare myself. Like, and usually I'm the type to overthink things. And I hate thinking of the worst, but I always do. And it's bad. And it's something I got to work on. But definitely from my birthday to July, that's when I noticed, even before that, let me backspace, like May, June, around that time, I'm giving you a guesstimate. That's when we started going to the hospital more often with him. I started like really like stepping up because I started noticing like my mom needed the help. So it was a day me and my mom and some of my siblings went and they gave us that conversation like, so the treatment isn't working. What do you guys think about hospice? Your girl ain't Grey's Anatomy. I ain't Dr. Gray. So I don't know what hospice is. So when he was like, oh, it's talking about, you know, and then the doctor's like, you know, these white doctors want to give you like the little ring around. I'm like, yo, what is hospice? He was like, that's when we can't do anymore and we are starting to do pain management. That means when they stop doing any type of treatment and they just take care of his pain. They want him to be comfortable. So that means like, yeah, everything's done, set that we know everything's over. So that day I was just like, what? Like, I started crying every 5 minutes in the room. My dad, that's when I started noticing my dad was like kind of losing it. When he got a little, not delusional, but I forgot the word. Very like out of it. He was just not there. Like, and I was just like, yo, this is not. And he started forgetting a lot. His memory was going. I was like, this is not it. Like, this cannot be it. Like, what? So June, that was like June, July, like that June, July 2018, I just really started like, it was stressful because I was working at a summer camp and I was like, it's consistent, you always gotta be there, you can't take off. But then I see my mom with my dad and I started seeing the change of dynamics of the house and people around us. And I was just like, yo, lost. Like the whole time I'm just lost. Like I did a lot more than what I was doing before, but it was just like, my dad, like, I know my dad to be very invincible, strong, God-fearing. Like, you know, your parents put up this persona like they're untouchable. Nobody can touch them. They're here to protect, provide, and pray for you. Like, that's what their job is. So to see my dad at that vulnerable stage, I was like, yo. So I literally noticed that he, during hospice, we had to learn how to clean his IV. He started using the IV now, mad medications, we had to use gloves. And I'm like, bro, like, this is not happening. To the point, I would have to sleep with my dad because when my mom would work, I would have to stay in the room with him. We had to move him from the second floor to the first floor. Like, we made the living room his room, got him a comfortable bed, whatever he wanted, he got. That's when I started really noticing, like, okay, this is it. It was like every little piece of moment, I'll see something, it'll be like a cling, like, Mimi, get ready. And I didn't like that. But I started noticing my pops stopped walking. He didn't want to walk no more. He didn't want to eat. He would forget things. One day it hurt me when we were talking, and I was like, Dad. And I just asked him random questions, like, to see if he was still on it. Like, Dad, where you from? And he'd be like this. And he would smile, and he would touch my hand and rub my hand. And I'd look at him like, Dad, you don't remember? And he'd be like, then I'd be like, yo, this is it. But my dad was literally like king historian. He taught me everything about Panama. That's why, like, I thank God for my parents, because, like, I really know my culture. I know about different cultures. Like, my dad was the reason why I fell in love with history, global history, different cultures. Like, I love to learn different cultures. That's why I'm very, like, everywhere, because of my dad. So when he wasn't himself no more, I was just like, what? Then he started forgetting my name. He just only remember my mom. He like, where's my wife? Or I remember somebody told me, once your family members start asking for people on the other side, that's when you know what's up. So literally, I would sleep with him. I'll be scared first before I used to help my mom. I did not want to sleep with him because I couldn't see my dad like this. But then I was like, yo, Mimi, put on your big girl panties. You gotta help. So I would stay with my dad and literally see him get up real fast and be like, that lady's looking at me. And it'll be a picture of my grandmother. My grandmother passed away. And I'll be like, oh gosh. Then he'll be like, oh, my dad's about to hit me. My grandfather passed. Then my godmother, his older sister, Elena, I remember he told my mom one day, like, give me the phone. I gotta call Elena. My mom was like, Elena passed away. He was like, what? I was like, oh, yeah. This is how it's moving. And literally, I just started noticing, like, him starting to deteriorate. Like, I started, like, swallowing all my pride and swallowing everything. And I noticed I really had to beat it for my dad and help my mom, to the point, like, we would feed him. Literally, I had to, like, help my mom bathe my dad. So it was like, to the point, like, I didn't even care. I see everything. Like, I was washing up my dad, my mom, and me and my mom got really close too. Like, we was already close, but it was just crazy. Like, the person that took care of you, now you gotta take care of them. And it's like a whole cycle of life. Like, you know how they say you're a child twice in your life and you're an adult once? Y'all can correct me in the comments. But literally, I feel like I was like the mom, like, and he was very attached to my mom now. Like, my mother, it was very, like, it was really amazing seeing my mom being more nurturing than what she already is. Like, that was like her baby, and it was by all means, like, nobody's gonna violate my husband. It's me and him. And seeing social workers come, people from, it was just like, when I tell you I don't understand, like, to this day, I was just like, what? And I don't know how I did it at work. Nobody noticed. Like, I told my job from the beginning, like, yo, if the day pull up, you ain't gonna see me. I'm just letting y'all know. But fast forward, that's when the week before he passed, like, July 28th, 28-ish, I think 28, 29, like one of those dates. That's when we started reading the book Hospice Gives You, and they tell you, like, when he stops having, like, a sense of smell, taste, not his hearing, sight, it'll be like certain things, like, so he'll, like, see you but not really see you. So literally, I'm watching my dad deteriorate in front of me. I didn't know how to handle that. Like, I was just like, so that day we were reading, like, the book, and it was like, it's a couple of days, and that's when they told us, like, it'll be this week, he might just leave. He has less than a week. Literally, I went from my kitchen to the room. My dad didn't know what was going on. I ran and I hugged him. He he was sitting on the chair, and I started crying. When I tell you, I was crying like snot, and I was like, I love you, Daddy. I love you so much. Like, I'm sorry for everything. Mind you, me and my dad made amends a year, 2 years ago. Like, but I was like, that's like telling somebody, this is yours. Remember, this is yours, but it's gonna go away in a couple of days. Like, how you tell somebody you want? It's some, like, how do you predict that? So I was like, yo, what? And I was crying. My dad was rubbing my hand. He was like, who did this to you? He kept on saying that, who did this? And I'm like, oh, and I want to say cancer, but I couldn't like tell him that. And literally my siblings was like, oh no, like they pulled me away because like now he was getting like a little like irritated, like, yo, who's doing this to my child? But that was a Monday, I think. And Wednesday, August 1st, I went to work and we went to the Museum of Natural History in Manhattan. And we were there and it just felt weird. And then my mom called me like around 11, 12-ish, 11. And she's like, what you doing? And she come like, but like, I didn't know what was going on. And she's like, what you doing? I'm like, I'm at work. She's like, oh, afterwards, just come straight home, whatever. I'm like, cool. Literally 12 o'clock, 12:30 hit. My boss called me. And she's like, can you come back to the branch? And I'm like, what? So they paid for my cab. I went from Manhattan all the way to Queens. And literally I see my boss and my supervisor there looking at me, and he was like, your sister's here. And that's when I seen Sarah, my little sister. She just looked out of it. She was like, yo, what's going on? And I'm like, what's going on? He was like, oh, you just gotta go home. I'm thinking, oh, this is it. Like, nobody wanna tell me? All right, this is it. Literally, we're in an Uber because my boss called an Uber for me, and we're driving, and the driver happened to be either like Hindu or like Buddhist. But then I told him, like, I need to play like praise and worship. Like, my dad always said that, like, when you good, praise God. When it's bad, praise God. Just do that. And we just started praising God in the car. And we was just there, and I didn't cry. I was like, my dad good. Like, I didn't know what was going on. When I got home, my mom was crying, and there's this lady there in the room. My dad is with oxygen, like fighting, like I'm looking, and I'm like, what's going on? And my mom said that he was in the transitional process, meaning when you're transitioning from life to death. Like, you're just literally watching them die now. Like, you can't do nothing, you can't save them. It's just them fighting. But my mom told me the last thing that leaves with a person is their hearing, so they can hear. So literally, I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, you know I love you, right? And he's like, and I just see him, and I'm like, girl, like, what? And it's like, you feel suckish when you can't help nobody that you love. Like, literally, we have this thing that we can save anybody, but one thing you can't save a person from is death. Like, you can't. That's one thing you just can't intervene in. And I'm holding him, he's like tightening my hand, like he keep on doing like this to my hand. He could hear me. Then Sarah didn't want to be in the room, like all my family's there. But then one thing I remember that day when my mom started talking to my dad, like give him that reassurance that we're gonna be okay. Literally, she told him, she was like, remember who you married. You married a woman with a heart of a buffalo. Yo, I was like, and I see my dad just tearing. Like, then she started talking to him like, Sarah's good, Mimi's good. Literally, she's just like telling us, like, tell your dad you're okay. Like, he can go. Like, she can, so we're telling him, like, Dad, you could leave. In my head, I'm like, I can tell who, like, no, I don't want him to go. Like, right there, like, I'm so selfish. I'm like, I don't even want him to go. Like, what you mean I gotta tell him he has to leave? Like, he can go? Like, I'm not even thinking about the bigger picture, but I'm thinking about, like, my little selfish ways. And I was just like, that's my dad. Like, so literally he was just there, and he was breathing calmly, and then everybody's there. Fast forward, his best friend, my uncle, that's not my biological uncle, but that's my dad's BFF since like forever, and he's from Ghana. He came, and then one of my dad's sergeants came from the VA, and we're there, and they were singing like old hymns, like "It Is Well." And y'all know "It Is Well" be like "It is well." I was like, I'm outside, my uncle's tight, like my dad's older brother. He was like, my brother didn't die yet, I'm this, I'm the next. Like, he's chatting. So I know my dad is just a praise and worshiper. Like, he loves to worship. He loves high beat, soca beats. Like, that's him. So we went in the room, and I was like, guys, no disrespect, but like my dad is like, he loves hype up, like upbeat praise and worship. So let's do this. Like, so my dad, my uncle got the tumbas, like the congos and stuff, and my mother got the tambourine. We started singing "Miracle Working God" because that's his favorite song. So we sang like, "He's a miracle working God." So we kept on singing it. And my dad's breathing's getting slower, but he's looking more peaceful. Like, and I'm looking, at one point he just stops breathing. So I'm like, "Mom." My mother's like, "Papa." He came back. And I'm like, then it's getting harder. I'm singing, we singing. And then I notice, I look, and my dad does the last breath. Like, it was like a deep one. And it was just so like peaceful. I never seen somebody pass away before in front of me. And that was my first experience. It was the most traumatic experience, because now I'm really like, then literally as soon as he closed his eyes, I feel like my whole world changed. Like, literally how I felt. Like, literally, I feel like when he left, like a huge piece of me left with him. And my mom was screaming. People were just like, just too much going on. I'm going looking for my sister. I come back, she's in the room, like, laid down on top of him. And it was just crazy. Then just people started coming and seeing him. And he was there for a minute, and when they came to pick up the body, we were singing praise and worship outside for him to go. And what hurt me more was my mom, because so like that was her brother, and she was like, say goodbye to 449A Monroe Street, and that's what she told me to say bye to the house. So literally when they closed the car that they take the body, my mom was like about to start running. Like, literally that's one pain I would never, ever in my life put on somebody. Never. And it's so crazy. We all think we're untouchable until death comes. It was just like that day, that week, leading to the funeral, I just started seeing a change of people, how they act. People that was around supporting, they started changing. Literally, one thing I could say, death really shows you people's true colors. And it sucked, because it was family, it was friends. They started switching up, and I'm like, heard all of y'all, like, and it sucked, because I was just like, damn. But literally, I was like, that leading to the funeral and the burial, it was just too much going on. Like, literally, it was a blur to this day. Like, I remember certain things, but I don't really remember a lot. But leading to now, I noticed that I cry. I'm very emotional. I'm numb. Like, I'm saying I'm numb. Like, when people talk about my dad, I be like, ugh. Or they tell me, oh, you remind me of your father. Or you act like your dad. You talk like your dad. You're going to be a woman of God. You're going to be there. And I'll be like, all right, thanks, guys. Like, thank you. But then, I notice I'm very, very emotional. I like my solitude now. I like being by myself. I hate being with a lot of people, like irrelevant people. And literally, I started losing like the love of doing my YouTube channel. I should have put all that into my YouTube channel, but I feel like I wasn't ready. Like, I was healing. My delayed emotions came so late. Like, I wasn't really crying like that, but I feel like October till now, to this day, I cry every minute. Like, nobody will ever understand. Like a death, nobody. And I'm not doing this video to get sympathy. I'm doing this to tell people that you're strong. God will like put you in certain situations to make you stronger, or to make your faith, to test your faith and see if you're gonna like be with him. Because I notice a lot when we're getting blessed, God is everything. We be posting up memes, we posting up everything. But when it's like hardships, we literally not eat. Like when it's hardships, it's, for me, I could say it's harder because you fall and you sink into that sadness, to that moment, that temporary emotion, and you forget that, like, bro, God raised people from the dead. He healed people. Like, he could take you out of this, and this is like a minor situation for him. And literally, it's just been so hard. But every day, son, every day is a new struggle, a new battle, a new victory, it's just everything, something new I'm learning. Learning something about myself, about my family, about my dad. Every day I miss him. Nobody will understand. Like, nobody. If you lost a parent, then you'll understand. But that is like a void in my heart. Nobody can replace that. Like, I miss him. The arguments, the laughs, conversations. It's just, nobody will understand how much I miss my dad. And I just want to tell people, like, you can be strong during this whole situation. You can. And I thank God for my support system, my best friends, my mom, my siblings. Well, I could definitely say my 3 siblings. Tony, Sarah, and Gigi. Like we're not perfect, but like literally we're like, they've been holding me down. Mostly Sarah and Tony. And my mom. And I really have to thank God, son, because literally multiple times I've been depressed, thinking about having like suicidal thoughts. And literally, I know that's the enemy trying to take me out, because I have a purpose here. I know that. I definitely want to continue my dad's legacy. But this is the reason why I haven't been on YouTube. This is the reason why I've been changed. Like, I changed so 360. Like, I'm not as happy. I'm not as lively. Like, every day I try my best to kind of regroup and remember who I am. But son, when y'all deal with a death like that, y'all understand, you tend to lose yourself and you tend to forget what are your priorities and who you are as a person. Literally, I started like being smothered with school and work and forgetting about me and my issues and my problems, and literally facing like, your dad is not here. I remember one time somebody asked me a question and I called. I was like, let me call mom. And I stopped. And I was like, and he was like, who you gonna call? And I was like, my dad, but I'm like, he's not here. And the person didn't know. And everywhere I go, it's just a smell, aroma, people that look like him, the music, food. Everybody always tell me, they bring him up. They're like, oh my God, you're like just like your dad. And I'll be like, I can't stop. Like, and I'm just really like, I want to be very intimate. Like lately, before I used to be like, everybody pull up, turn up, turn up. Now I'm very intimate. I just like things with me, my best friends, my mom, my siblings. That's it. Literally, I have 5 close friends. I can call friends. 5. And literally, my mom, brother, my sister-in-law, and my little sister Sarah. That's all I want. Like literally, and I was like, no, we have to keep this tight. Like, and yes, it's been ups and downs, misunderstandings, but literally, I just want to tell y'all just to stay. Like, your family is everything. when everybody leaves, your family is gonna be there. And this situation taught me to like stay, like, yo, my family is my #1 priority. #1. And I noticed I've been really more closer to my mom, because it's like, when you lose a parent, this is the last one you have. So literally me and her argue all the time. But I made it my duty to, like, when we argue, try to get back. Sometimes I take a long time, because that's me. But I've been just learning so much about myself, learning about what I want. I'm 25 and I'm still learning. Every day I learn something new about myself. And it's like, people say, you're 25, you should know. Nigga, what? I'm 25, I'm just hitting the surface. Like, and it's been a hell of a roller coaster. But I just want to tell you guys to just stay encouraged. Take my story and just take that. Whatever you get out of it, just take it. I just want to tell you guys just to value your time with people. Life is so short. It's so cliche, but it's so short. Like, life leaves like that. I'm looking at my dad and I blink, he's gone. And people take advantage of relationships so much. And people don't understand how that affects people. And literally, this is one of my chapters in RedGyal Diaries. I know this is a long video, guys, but I don't know. Just be encouraged. Keep God first, please. Keep God first. And in the comments, write, who are you grateful for? Like, who is a person that you know is everything after God? Like, just write that in the bottom. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching my video. I know it's so long, guys, but just thank you. It's different. I've never been so vulnerable in my life on camera. And I just appreciate you guys for just watching my video. Thank you so much.